So, what are we up to? Hi, Will, what's up? So, are you a fan of The Witcher 3 or what? Or you just, I don't know, randomly saw my stream on your YouTube and you like
Another
decided to
murder
click?
by the horrid beast! Milton the Peyrac Peyran falls victim to his own cowardice. The beast of Beauclair has struck again. Citizens, beware of the beast. Turn your trembling hearts to the good book. You will find solace there. New customers and old alike.
Well, I'm glad that you're a fan as well. So, have you played the game after the next generation update?
Long live toussaint!
One of the knights withdrew from the tourney. They say it was because of an itch he'd obtained
Oh.
with the bells.
So, do you have any idea what the next generation update is, or should I tell you? My goodness, something is really effed up with my controller. I think I need to buy a new one. Shit. Like, I'm playing on PC, but I'm using an Xbox controller because it's a Microsoft product. Okay, I'm gonna tell you. So basically what happened was, as you know, The Witcher 3 is one of the best games, one of the best RPG games ever made. And CD Projekt Red, which is the developer and the studio which made The Witcher 3 and The Witcher games, obviously, they kind of decided that they're going to update the game, update the game's visuals as part to the newer gen games, because obviously with The Witcher 3 was released back in 2015. It has been a bit more than 7 years. So in last December, this game got a next generation update, and in this update it's mostly visual. I don't know if you can see or not the game. If you realize, it looks quite good, although I'm streaming at 1440p. But I'm playing at 4K. Let me show you my graphics. I don't know if you're a PC gamer, so this, if you can see everything's like maxed out, and the display is like at 4K. I cannot stream at 4K because my internet connection, my upload speed is not as good as it should be to stream at 4K. So I'm streaming at 1440p.
If they would just
Sir, be careful, will you?
You see what's going on with my controller? Let me turn it off and let me turn it on and on. So, back in last December, they decided to update the game, and it got a bunch of new stuff. It got a new quest. It was in Velen, in a location called. Let me show you that location. I'm not gonna move there. I'm just gonna show you on the map. It was, where is it? Yeah, it's right over here in the Devil's Pit. So it's like a 40-50 minutes quest. I don't want to tell you the exactly what happens in the quest, because you can like see it on YouTube. So you basically get these new diagrams. If you have seen the Netflix show, so the armor which Henry Cavill was wearing in season 1 and season 2, you get them but obviously you have to craft them and everything. So what I'm wearing is like the Grandmaster armor, which Henry Cavill was wearing in season 2.
I think I'm coming down with a fever.
So did you complete the game? Like, did you finish the base game, Hearts of Stone and Blood and Wine?
Muddling wine. It's enough to drive you batty.
Okay. So what I did, like I've finished the base game a whole bunch of times. This was like probably the third or the fourth time when I finished the base game. And this time I kind of decided, let me show you. So when I finished the base game, so the default path would be to start Hearts of Stone. I did not start Hearts of Stone. You can see it's right there. I started Blood and Wine right after the base game. So I was kind of under-leveled and
Grey, yes.
it took me a lot of time to get to a proper level, and so I could get the Grandmaster armor, which I have now. My controller is so effed up, I can't even tell you, bro. I need to get a new controller, like, it turns left on its own.
Regis. Couldn't have picked some other place to meet.
Regis!
Damn it. Locked. No way I got the place wrong. This is it. Gotta be another way in around here.
Okay. Damn. Okay, this is getting very interesting. Interesting.
Fiddles are plenty around here.
Damn, you're ugly.
That's some stench.
I have no idea why my toxicity is like so high. I just consumed one swallow potion. Doesn't make any sense.
Agreed to meet a vampire at a cemetery. How much more cliché can you get?
Nothing comes readily to mind.
Could have left the door unlatched.
What of my privacy? I value it rather deeply. Unmolested, especially by unwanted guests, that's my preferred state. Besides, I knew you'd find a way to get in.
True enough. Need to find your friend. I'm hoping you'll agree to help.
I shall do whatever's in my power. Yet what you want or even need must matter little. What matters is what Dettlaff wants. If he does not wish to be found, you will not find him. Ever. End of story.
Come on. Gotta be some way.
Vampires can evade detection by the senses, and no divination magic works on us. Even the most precise megascope would be useless.
And this? Could this help?
Wherever did you get that?
Off one of the beast's victims, found by a bend in the river. Body was chopped in pieces. 3 of those pieces were hands. Hand with the ring seemed the odd one out. Abruxa had taken an interest in it.
This is very interesting.
It's Dettlaff's hand, without a doubt. It will do splendidly.
Ring's pretty intriguing. Made of no metal I've ever seen. And the ornamentation.
It comes from our home, where we lived before the conjunction of spheres. It's actually mine. I received it from a dear old friend. You might call him a humanist. He saw us vampires as guests here, guests who owe their hosts, meaning you humans and the elder races, respect.
Respect? Meaning not to treat us like cattle to be slaughtered for food?
Precisely. And the reason why I, in turn, gave it to Dettlaff. To remind him of the ideals my old friend championed.
Can't you just summon Dettlaff? You're both hired vampires, there's gotta be a way.
If I'm to be entirely candid, there is indeed one. But believe me, we will be better off never availing ourselves of it. It is a last resort. Absolutely.
Last resort? The hell? Why?
There is a being who can summon Dettlaff. Possesses the authority, even the power, to force him to appear in a given place. But the very act of contacting this being, well, it's akin to walking a slack line extended over a chasm filled with molten lava. An exercise as perilous to me as it would be to you. A risk I'm unwilling to take. I beg you, let's do it my way. It will be both quicker and easier.
The hand. What do you plan to do with it?
You've heard of Kovinaris' theory of tissue memory retention.
Rings a distant bell. Read about it in Alchemia Oblitera. There's a copy at Kaer Morhen, tattered, nearly disintegrated. But if memory serves, Kovinaris never managed to prove it worked.
He did prove it, just never managed to publish his findings. He and I corresponded, you see, after we became friends. Thus, I know he completed his research and performed the first tests. It's complicated, so without delving into details, it is possible to use any piece of tissue to reconstruct what a whole body experienced.
How's it work? We need any special equipment?
We must brew a decoction which Kovinaris gave a rather poetic name, resonance. Once imbibed, it sends one into a trance similar to that induced by narcotics. This triggers visions of events linked to strong emotions experienced by the tissue's owner. Picture it as dreaming a fragment of someone's life.
Any chance we might see what Dettlaff was doing just before he lost his hand?
Indeed. Though I also hope resonance will reveal the location of Dettlaff's hideout.
Kovinaris spent half his life proving his theory. Wild guess. Making a dose of resonance won't be easy.
You guessed correctly. In addition to Dettlaff's tissue, we shall need a powerful occipital lobe stimulant. Effectively a poison, to make one susceptible to visions.
Well, got a few ingredients to choose from. Unfortunately, all are pretty rare. There's Mamoon glands. The closest ones I know of are in Vizima. A spotted white saliva would also serve, but they were cold to extinction over a century ago. Could go with a kobold's eyes, but the creatures are sentient. Rather not gouge one's eyes out.
Given that we lack the time to sleuth this out ourselves, permit me to summon some help.
fascinating.
What was that?
A raven? Rather a common sight at this latitude. Very intelligent fowl. I asked him to look for the creatures you mentioned. Him and his brethren. Perhaps they'll find one in the area, and I would hazard that a flock of ravens will spy any said creature faster than a solitary witcher would. With all due respect to your skills, my friend. It will take them some time, nonetheless, so perhaps you'd care for a snifter of mandrake.
Rarely say no to a snifter.
Sadly, this is but a weak infusion rather than a proper distillate.
Even better. I remember your mandrake hooch. Made people say things they'd have rather kept to themselves.
Now, what could Geralt of Rivia prefer to keep to himself?
Everyone's got some secret.
I agree wholeheartedly. I also believe it wise at times to share one's secrets, unburden oneself to those one can trust.
Is your sophisticated way of asking me if I trust you?
I prefer almost always to ask you directly. It seems a test of intelligence, one you just passed.
Maybe you should go first. Reveal one of your secrets. After all, you vampires lead very interesting lives.
Anything in particular interest you?
Always fascinated me the way vampires can regenerate. A hand growing back is one thing, but Detloff recreating you out of a wet smear? Something else entirely.
A difficult and laborious process, but one that's possible, as my presence proves. But I've heard you too had quite the adventure. They say you lost your memory.
For a bit, but Triss helped me get it back. Actually, pretty damn lucky I only had amnesia.
Yes, you humans are rather buggered in those terms. To strip you of life is, well, it's just plain easy. I've always pitied you in that regard. We vampires are much harder nuts to crack. If a member of another race kills one of us, we
Hey
can be
Flex,
reborn
what's
with the
up,
living
bro?
eye of vampires' help.
I don't know. I got
However, if one
so I
of our
reached
own
level
strikes the
40. I
deadly
got the
blow,
armor,
Death is permanent.
and I was
There
like,
can be no rebirth.
I started
One of the
the.
chief reasons why
Blood and Wine
vampires long
quest.
ago swore never to fight one another.
Hey Tayyib, what's up, bro?
Got a new life, new body. That give you a new start? Blank slate?
Starting all anew is a very broad concept. What exactly do you mean?
Your blood addiction, say. Wondering if your body's the same, if it still remembers. Maybe if you drank now, you wouldn't get hooked.
All addictions are a form of slavery. Re-addiction's not a risk I'm willing to take, just to test a hypothesis about corporeal regeneration and whether propensities
I'm
carry
glad.
over.
Fair enough. Curiosity, that's all. Sorry.
Not
Death
to worry,
March,
Geralt.
bro.
Curiosity
With
is a
enemy,
natural
with
reaction
enemy
under the
ups,
circumstances.
enemy
Apart from
upscaling
which,
on.
I've always valued that trait in you.
Gotta ask you the big question. One everyone wonders about. What happens after death?
You wish me to tell you if the human belief in the gods is well founded? Well, that I do not know. We vampires differ exceedingly from you humans. Our matter, that of which we are composed, can exist without form. We require neither a heart, nor a brain, nor air to breathe.
But were you dead?
As humans understand death, yes.
Feel anything? Understand anything?
It's rather hard to explain. I felt something very unsettling. Something I cannot even name, for I did no reasoning. Only after rebirth did I begin to understand that what I had felt was cold and unimaginable fear. If not for Detlaff, I might have drowned in an eternity of icy terror.
Can't have been alive then. Sheesh, experience like that must be vicious.
Indeed, it's hard to compare to anything I know. Yet you are aware we don't
I
see
love
death
when he
as you
says,
do.
sheesh.
The way you cling to life, we find it entirely peculiar. You are mortals, ergo it's a foregone conclusion. You will die. It's but a question of time. Thus, I often find myself wondering why you try so very hard. To die at 20 years, 40, even 100, what's the difference? They're all but the blink of an eye.
Depends on your point of view. Man who's got 1,000,000 crowns to spend can't possibly understand one who's only got 20.
Very true.
True.
One's outlook can indeed change much.
Curious what you did after you were reborn.
As I'm sure you can surmise, at first I was thoroughly absorbed with recovering. As it is, I've still not recovered completely. Yet I was so weak the first year that I could not stand or move on my own. Detlef bore my weakness bravely, showed great patience. If not for him, I wouldn't be here, and I'd have regenerated far slower. Once I could at last stand unassisted, I set off for Bruges, for my one-time home of Dillingen. There I led the peaceful life of a rural healer and surgeon, enjoying my neighbours' respect and, in fact, constituting the exact opposite of the monstrous vampire the populace imagines.
Bruges, you say? Rebirth make you sentimental?
Perhaps a dash.
You know
So
what
what
I
have
was
you-
wondering?
Where have you
I was
been?
wondering,
Ever find your Cyrilla?
don't these vampires burn because of sunlight?
Back then.
Or like in this game?
Yeah. But we parted again soon after. And when the time was ripe, she came back. Defeated the Wild Hunt together.
Ooh. Seems I certainly missed quite a bit while I was absent.
True enough. But it's a conversation we'll have another time. Need to know more about you now. All right. Give you one question. What do you want to know?
One question to ask one as fascinating as you, Geralt. Cruel parsimony, I'd say, but I shall do my best to make it count. If you were to die and be reborn as I was, in your new life, would you choose to be a witcher?
Man, that is a very difficult question. You know what? Let's choose this.
That's what interests you most? Whether I'd like to be a witcher again?
Many things interest me, but we've not much time left. Please answer.
Never chose to be a witcher. Fate chose for me. Had it been my choice, I'd have picked a different profession. A profession where I wouldn't have to risk my life every minute of every day. Maybe even one that'd earn me some respect.
Thank you for being honest. Honesty is an attribute of the truly brave, and thus a privilege of the very few.
True.
Still no sign of your winged friend. Sure it understood what you wanted?
Dead certain. Let's wait a bit longer. It'll return soon, don't doubt that for a moment. Ever vigilant, even in his sleep. Quite vampire-like, in fact. Are you absolutely certain they don't administer a few of our genes during the trial of the grasses?
Appreciate the compliment. Got something for me?
You were right. No kobolds or mamoons for miles around.
Knew it.
Allow me to finish. You see, there's this spotted white. It haunts an abandoned residence in the Caraberta woods.
Impossible. My brethren hunted down every last spotted white before I was born.
Then it seems you must revise your knowledge of spotted whites. For somehow this one managed to survive your brethren's onslaught. It seems I know this home it haunts. Recall a tale about it. Locals believe the place cursed. Perhaps that's how the whites survived entirely unmolested.
Whites rarely appear in the woods, even less likely to find them in abandoned human homes. They inhabit remote wildernesses, old abandoned cemeteries.
What's your point?
This might not be a spotted white after all. Your little helper might have made a mistake.
I sincerely doubt it. Ravens are devilishly intelligent creatures, and they've highly developed observational skills.
What exactly did they observe?
The area around the estate, it's covered in spoons.
Spoons.
Spare me the skeptical smile. I'm but the bearer of this news. Or perhaps this spotted white is a hoarder. Or the spoons are somehow related to the curse.
Know anything else about this curse?
I don't recall much in particular. Really don't attach much importance to such things. It was mentioned to me as an anecdote, no more.
Come on, search your memory. Something, anything could be important.
I believe it had a relation to hunger, or, perhaps greed, rapacity. Someone was punished for something.
Textbook definition of a curse, pretty much.
Sorry, Geralt, I try not to clutter my mind with the details of every far-fetched tale I happen to hear. What are your thoughts?
A specimen of a species thought long extinct, and a curse in one place. That a coincidence, or are they related?
Ah, professional curiosity. Personally, I've nothing against you delving into this dilemma, but please remember we need the white's saliva. Nothing beyond that.
Let's do this. Start making your decoction while I go get some saliva from that white. Uses it in its brews.
Do you imagine the white will simply sell you some?
Worst case scenario, I'll bring you its salivary glands. They ought to do as well.
For a moment there, I imagined you asking the white to spit into a vial. Quite amusing as a thought, but the salivary glands will do fine indeed.
So, see you later.
Yes, till later. I shall start by perusing some tomes.
Tomes? Thought you were gonna make this decoction.
We require one last ingredient. Alas, obtaining it could prove a trifle toilsome. Thus, I hope to identify a suitable alternative.
All right. Good luck.
And to you, my friend.
Fare you well. Whoa!
Myself, I like Count Monier's idea.
Bathing tears away at the skin.
Damn, that's a lot of money.
Our guests. Never a good omen. Strange. Get a sense that the spoons are beating out some kind of rhythm. A message. Trying to tell me something.
Man, this is creepy as hell.
None shall sit and dine with you at your table. No spoon you have shall say to you. Never again shall you wish to spy your reflection in the mirror. Sounds like a curse, all right. Somebody's clearly obsessed. Regis mentioned the place might be cursed. Can't be a coincidence. Need to look around.
Because that curse took you from us. We shall go north to Kavir. If you ever read this letter, which could only mean you have returned to your home, you are looking for us. Beloved Marlene gave us me another. My goodness. Okay, so can we like not kill the white?
None shall sit and dine with you at your table. No spoon you have shall say to you. Never again shall you wish to spy your reflection in the mirror. search it thoroughly. Find a way to collect some white saliva. White's obsessed. A real collector. Thoroughbred. No spoon you have shall sate you. Whatever lives here treated that literally. Still searching for the right spoon. Spoon. Pretty ordinary. Maybe a little old. Skeletons. Doubt they came here willingly. This have anything to do with the curse? None shall sit and dine with you at your table. It'd make sense. Right arm bit right off. Teeth all knocked out. Somebody tried to force feed him. Broken neck. Indentation in the skull's lateral surface. Smacked in the head with something heavy. No claw or fang marks. Probably choked to death. Woman's name scratched into this wooden spoon. Romantic.
I do track outlaws for pay. I have an easy point for you. No doubt you wonder why I've drawn you out here. For I am inflicted by a curse, that's why I have turned to you. Turned given to me some time ago by a herbalist. Soon after I visited the herbalist, she disappeared without trace or definition. If it turns out my suffering is not the fault of the herb, is it? He sold mirrors, oh my god. Oh my goodness. Shit.
Sophisticated crafting. Tag bears a description. White's a true collector.
Okay, let's go to the spoon. Whatever.
Regis's raven wasn't lying. Spoons all over the place.
Shit. I'm literally stuck now. Damn it. Okay.
Take good care of yourself.
I must go to the medical system. My tooth! Something!
The witcher slipped through the streets while everyone fled.
Which way you
Quite the
stand?
fragrant whiff. What is the pheasantry stewing up?
Watch it.
Yes, they say a great deal about witches.
Wipe your boots before you take another step. Don't slurp your food. Don't eat with your hands. Don't pick your teeth with your knife.
What?
Oh, I'm just jesting. You, sir, clearly were not born in a barn. Welcome to the pheasantry. The best auberge in all the duchy.
Spoon like this. When you set a place, where's it go?
My, oh my. It seems rather a fanciful bouillon spoon. Or a key of some sort. There's a note here.
Yeah, note led me here. Any idea what the key might open?
Never seen it before. But you might search the cellars. The previous owner left all sorts of knickknacks there.
See you later.
Eat, drink, and be merry. Thus spake the prophet Lebioda. Did you guess, our sweet shining
The tournament. Am I too late to sign up?
We've one slot free for anyone willing to play the Skellige deck.